They say they will have it where you can't even write it in Trump's name in on the ballot. Yeah, they already did that in Colorado. They're not allowed. People aren't allowed to write it in. So I think this is my opinion. I'm not encouraging this. I just think this is what would happen. I think most people would agree is that if this stands, or if any other state does this, and you can't even write it in, then that's when the American people will go to war with the government. I mean, I think that will be, because then you have left us, all the people that talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, all that garbage they spew, all the stuff the globalists talk about, well, they will have taken away our avenues to get out from under their sick globalist system, and that will cause the people to go to war. Like, once you take away all avenues for the American people to have a choice and a say in who they want to vote for, well, then you forced us into your globalist system then. But I don't have any faith in the system anymore. Like, people that talk about, oh, well, I mean, I'm not trying to say disregard well, we're not living under the Constitution, really. I mean, maybe we are, but there's all these other all this other bullshit that's just caused. It doesn't work. That's what what I'm trying to say here is, I don't trust the justice system. Do they do some things right? Maybe, every now and then, but it doesn't. It's not a justice system that works for the average person. And think about it. If they are willing to go after him like they are right now, just think, if they're successful, what they'll do to the rest of us. That's the other reason I think the American people will go to physical war with the government in every state, and they'll just be done. Because then there's no recourse whatsoever, and nobody has any faith in the system. Like, even if, even if the election happens in 2024, to me, it's like, I'm never going to trust the justice system again. Are you kidding? After everything they've done. And I know people might say, well, that's unfair, it's not everybody. I get that, but there comes a point where it's too much. Like, there's been too much damage done. I don't trust any lawyers. I don't trust any justice system. I mean, I don't know how moving forward anybody would. I mean, the justice system has destroyed itself because of these scumbag lawyers, because of these scumbag judges and lawyers. And many of them, they're being pressured or blackmailed or whatever. It's like, well, if you're too weak to stand up for the country and do the right thing, then what do you think's going to happen what kind of country you think your children are going to be living in? So that argument is kind of useless to me. Oh, well, they're scared. And it's like, too freaking bad. If you're scared, then you shouldn't be in any kind of judge position. But I never trusted lawyers to begin with, okay? Because I don't trust the justice. I've seen on a personal level, like at the employee level, how corrupt it is. So I know personally, and then just after all these years watching how this never should have been dragged out. This whole 2020, totally people should have done the right thing. And that these scumbags, they're going to burn the place down before they allow Donald Trump to be on the ballot. That's what I think. They'll figure they're going to go down anyway, so they're going to take everybody with them. I don't think that the Colorado thing will stand, but other states are going to try to do this too. They're going to usurp their people in their states. They're just these justice systems. And so I don't have any, so it's like, to me, I don't care about the system anymore. It doesn't work. I'm never going to trust it again. And so what's the point? I just can't see ever trusting it again, to keep this same system in place where I'm supposed to have some sort of respect for these judges or lawyers. No way. And yeah, it may be that percentage that makes the rest look bad, but there's too many people that comply. There's too many people that go along, that don't do the right thing. and think that's justified, that they haven't done anything wrong. And it's like, look at our country. So, yeah, I don't have faith in the justice system. They should have done the right thing a long time ago, and they didn't in regards to 2020. So, although I don't think this will stand, I ultimately think that there'll be some state that pulls this off, possibly. And that's going to be what ends up causing the American people to go to physical battle. That will, because if you leave us no avenue to get out, to have no choice, then that's what I know that's what a ton of American people will do. Because then you're forcing us into your globalist scumbag system. Unbelievable where the country's at and how so many people are clueless to it still. But yeah, I don't think it'll stand, but somebody else will try it. And let's face it, even if no states are able to pull it off, they'll just burn the place down before they'll allow Donald Trump back in. Unbelievable. I'll say this, the scumbags, the nursing profession at the top, the medical profession at the top, the education system, the federal government, the states government, all of you jagoffs talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. You you should, maybe, if you don't want to look like a total hypocrite, even though you've all looked like hypocrites, if you really wanted to try to look legit at this point, then you maybe should stop doing your DEI bullshit. Yeah, because when you take a president, take somebody that the majority of Americans want to vote for off the ballot, then you sure as shit shouldn't keep talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because doing that shows you're not about diversity, equity, and inclusion. You're just about straight up tyranny.